Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I spoke. We're here with Councillor Jake Kaplan to speak upon the veterans on the wall here.
Good afternoon, everybody at Okanagan and surrounding areas. I'd like to thank the branch number 17 Legion of Dalhousie for being here today to honor our veterans. This is not Veterans Day, and we're not going to honor any particular veteran, but we're going to do all of them, including the living veterans. And I'd like to start off first by honoring our veterans who were killed in action. Here I have a photo of Sergeant Michael Seeley. Sergeant Michael Seeley is a band member from Eel River Bar, and he served 2 tours of duty in Iraq. 4 years as a U.S. Marine. He returned home and then re-enlisted to serve 2.5 years with the U.S. Army in what became known as Operation Iraqi Freedom. It was during this operation that Sergeant Michael Seeley was killed in action, October 30th, 2006. He died a hero as he fought for our peace and friendship. And here at Eel River Bar, we're all very proud of his duties, and he had the ultimate sacrifice. And we also had Francis Pictou, who was killed in action during the Second World War. Francis left behind a wife and children. He was a leader in our community, and Francis was killed in action in the Second World War. And now I'd like to start off the introduction of our veterans, and I always like to start with the First World War. And Peter Martin, who is right here, Peter Martin had the unique experience of serving in both World War I and World War II, and his brother Tom served in World War I. We don't have a picture of Tom right now, but we'll have that. Peter's 4 sons, Thomas Martin, served in World War II. Leo Martin served in the Korean War. John H. served in the Korean War as well. And Sylvester Martin, I'm not sure if we have his photo up here. Maybe we do. No, I don't see it. But if we find it after, we'll come back to him. We also don't have a photo of Joseph Simonson, who was my great-grandfather, and he has many grandchildren here at Eel River Bar, and great-grandchildren. Joseph Simonson served in World War I, and his 2 sons, Edward Simonson and Louis Simonson, both served in World War II. And here's a picture of Ed Simonson here, who was a gunner in World War II. And Louis is right over here. Louis was a private first class in World War II, and look at the very young man there. Louis Miller, who we don't have a photo of, is the great-grandfather of Katie Miller. He served in World War II. Mike LeBillois and his wife, Margaret, both served. Michael served in World War II, and Margaret was with the Royal Canadian Air Force in World War II. And Mike's brother Wallace, and right here we have Joseph LeBillois, who is also Mike's brother, and he served in the U.S. Armed Forces. And Wally is over here somewhere, right here. And here's a very handsome photo of Wallace LeBillois, who served in World War II. Henry McBain served in World War II. And here's a very young and handsome Benoit Pictou, who served in World War II. and brother of Margaret. Matthew Bernard served in World War II. Bernard Wilmot also served in World War II. His brother Alan Wilmot, I don't know if we have a photo here of him, but Alan served with the U.S. Marines. And Harry Jerome, Harry, the father of Ida Jerome, served in World War II. And Albert Narby was a gunner in World War II. He's the father of Alfred Narby and has many grandchildren, great-grandchildren here. And his brother Peter, father of Jean Worcester, served in World War II. And we also have Raymond McElrath, who served in World War II, and his son Bobby lives here on the reserve currently. We have Joseph Simonson, a young Joseph Simonson. I don't believe we have his photo, but he served in Vietnam. Basil Peter Paul served in the U.S. Marines. We also have Bobby Bates Pictou. His two children, Chris and Billy Joe Pictou, live here on reserve, and he served in the U.S. Marines. We don't have his photo, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get a photo of him soon. We have Guy Palmater Sr. Guy Palmater served in World War I, and we have his son Billy right next to him here on the Wall of Honor. Billy was in the Royal Canadian Navy. And here we have Frank Palmater. Frank Palmater served in World War II. And right next to Frank on our Wall of Honor is Lummy Palmater. Walter Lummy Palmater served in World War II, private first class. We also had John Palmater, we don't have his photo, and honorable mention to Pearl Palmater as well. We don't have her photo. Okay, I want to get back to this photo over here. This would have been Tom Martin, who served in World War I, private first class, and he was the brother of Peter Martin. We have to mention Timothy Simon here. Timothy Simon, who lives in Eelground, has many relatives here at Eel River Bar, and he's a very well-respected man here in the community. Over here we have Bernard Wilmot. We might have got him already, but just in case we didn't, Bernard served in World War II, private first class. We also honor our living veterans. And here is Herman Capelin, who served in the Navy. And Eric Simonson, U.S. Navy. Mitchell Harkle, U.S. Marines. Christopher Biondo, 2 terms of duty in Iraq as a U.S. Marine, private first class. We have Kim George here, the daughter of Alice. She was in the U.S. Marines and she's a private first class. Joe Stebbins, who is Shirley Stebbins Sewell, the son. He was in the U.S. Marine Corps. Perry George, son of Alice, USA Armed Forces, Military Police. Rainey Miller served in the U.S. Armed Forces as a specialist. Rainey is also the son of Alec Miller. Terry Pictou served in the USA Marine Corps as a Lance Corporal. Mark George, son of Alice, served in USA Marine Corps. Airborne mechanic. Just to get back to Terry Pictou, he's also the great-grandson of Francis Pictou, who was killed in action. And we have Sharon, we can't forget Sharon, our good friend down here. Sharon Humphrey served in the Canadian Forces, Corporal D. Palmater. I'd like to give honorable mention to our living veterans, Amanda Hartwell, who served in the U.S. Marines, Adam Kennedy, who was in the Royal Canadian Navy, Michael Raw, U.S. Army, Jesse Simonson, I'm not positive, but I think he served in the U.S. Marines. We can correct that later. James Palmater, Bill's son, serves in the Royal Canadian Navy. On behalf of Viewer Babar, it was an honor, and I'd like to sincerely thank Dalhousie Legion Branch number 17, and of course for Lee Walsh for coming down here and having us share our honor of our veterans with the town of Dalhousie and surrounding area. Thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you, Walalan.